fam! So today I'm going to do my daily reading. This is what I usually do every day. And I'm going to be featuring my ultimate elixir and our ultimate shrooms. And you know, it's pretty sunny out here, so I'm going to put on some of my vegan certified, some natural SPF block right here. Camu uses superfoods. And it's in an amber glass, so I can leave it outside. And I don't have to worry because my nutrients are protected. So, so I got my shrooms and my elixir and my lemonade and a shroom latte. So let's see how we're doing in this Mercury retrograde. Actually, I've been feeling like pretty still. I'm a little irritable today. But today, it's not that I'm irritable. It's that I feel the value of my time today. And I really want to spend it where I'm celebrated and where I can like enjoy some of the silence. Because I've been pretty tired. I work a lot. So let's see, how can I relax today, my cards? What do you suggest? What is the forecast for our Mercury retrograde? Card is centered. Time to get centered. That is exactly how I feel right now. Like I feel like I have to meditate today. Like I haven't even like thought about my vices. I kind of want to feel my lungs clean today, and you know that's rare if you know me personally. Let's see. Do not confuse selfishness with self-centering. Bring your well-being to your values, your future, and your loves to the center of your world. Break the hold of objects, habits, or relationships that insist you to revolve around their needs and demands. Being centered makes you stronger, it makes you more balanced, and disturbances are less likely to knock you off course. Extend your positive sphere of influence. Yeah, I'm in sync. That's how I feel today. I feel like I have to, go where I'm celebrated, and I'm here at my mom's beautiful house, and where I always feel loved and received. And yes, I came home so that I can find my center again. I can feel that. Spiritual meaning. Let go of fixed expectations and time frames. Boom! That happened to me this morning. I had a meeting that didn't go the way I planned it, but I'm still getting used to like running these meetings because like I was never a responsible person, and I was always somebody that like I used to I used to look for relationships just to find a scapegoat. Like my pattern says it better. It says that like I try to find people to take responsibility for me because of my nature. But now I found out like how to take responsibility for myself. But yeah, I had some expectations, and like I almost cast some judgments today, and I decided to let it go and clean my car. And when I was cleaning my car, I saw that like I've been saving up money to buy like an RV and like to make a tiny home in a van, and I look at my trunk and I'm like, wow, what if I put a cooler in here, and what if I put a bed in here, and what if I like made some kind of ghetto makeshift shower I can hang on top of my car with like a hole with a bottle, and like what if I just did me and like just did it, and I stopped worrying about saving up and waiting for like my friends and my partner to like do what I want. And like no, like life's way too short to wait for other people to agree with you and to wait for people to help you get what you want. Like and then life is way too short for me to sit there and like feel stuck or still or stagnant like to release, I need to move. That's for me. So I need to try to be flexible, adaptable, open-minded, and I'm on my way to getting my heart's desires. An invisible force gently pushes and pulls you toward your center. Let go and let it flow. It's been a long journey, but the destination is much closer than you think. Insight. The influence of this timeless, invisible force has been observed and studied by the greatest of minds since Aristotle. Gravitius, the 4th century BCE. Gravity draws us to the planets, to suns, to moons, with the life-giving atmosphere to our Earth. Within our complex galaxy, there are many centers of gravity. The same is true for all complex beings, if we are included. We come into this world with love at our center, but disturbances can knock us off orbit, and when this happens, our immediate center of gravity shifts and we can settle into orbit around the manner of people and values and expectations. But love is the brightly burning sun and the true center of our world, and the invisible pull brings us even closer to that glorious light. Just like Elsa said, let it go, even if I have to make a cold ass ice castle and live on my own, let it go. And now I'm gonna pull a card. This deck, well, let me just tell you what this deck's called so I can give this beautiful people like their credit. This is from Tony and Lilia and Helena, and it's a Sacred Earth Oracle cards. My sister actually got this for me for Christmas, I think last year, and I love it a lot. I love her a lot. That's Amanda. I'm gonna tag you in this. And this one, I got this one. I was with my friend Hannah Savannah, I remember. And I was going through a really bad breakup with somebody who like treated me really poorly, and somebody that I tolerated because I somehow thought that I deserved to be treated that way. But then she came around and she took me out and she took me to a yoga studio, and I didn't even know she was a yogi. And I saw this card deck says practice you, and it's made by a woman who wanted to empower other women with their stress and anxiety, and I thought it was really thought it was beautiful, and I needed to have it. So this is a deck, it's like a yoga deck, and when I say it's a yoga deck, it doesn't tell you like poses like this deck will, but it tells you how to do yoga with your mind, and kind of helps you with prompts to stretch your mind in a certain way. So I'm gonna show this up. Boom. Oh. So this is, I pulled this today. Let me see. I saw it like this. And it's, when these cards pop up blank like this, it means that it's up to interpretation. But honestly, how I feel today is I feel like I have to meditate today, and I have to stay in silence. And I have to feel my heart. I have to clean it a little bit. The way you clean your heart, the way you clean your mind is by listening to it. And not necessarily even doing anything about it. You're doing something by listening. Whoa. So I like that. I'm dripping. My white blank slate is dripping with love and the aura of the heart chakra and the ribbon of Raphael. Thank you, Raphael. Love you. All right. And not last, but not least, oh, these bugs. We're gonna do my tarot deck. So this tarot deck, you can see it's very worn. I've been reading these cards for a long time, for maybe since I was 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Wow, I've been reading tarot for 7 years. And this deck was given to me 2 years ago by my mom, Inez. She bought it for me in California when I was visiting my Japanese family. And I fell in love with this deck because it's all based off of fantastical creatures and mystical creatures that were all throughout mythology. And every single creature mentioned inside of this tarot card deck was a character in one of the mythologies around the world. And I love mythology, and my mom wasn't necessarily open to me reading cards when I was 16, 17, but she came around to know the person that I was and my intentions, and she supported the person that I was becoming, so she was open enough to give me this gift. And in my spirituality, like, gifts like this should always be gifts from other people that love you, because it's blessed with the best intention. So I'll always take care of these cards, and it makes me feel closer to my mom, especially because half the decks in here are dragons, and my mom's a red dragon from Galactic Signature. So that's a little story on this. It feels so cool too. It's hot. Go one more time. Let's see. I literally pulled this card yesterday and the day before and the day before. So the Knight of Kings, this character represents, you know what, let me just read it so that I don't butcher it, because the fact that I pulled this card 3 times means that I really need to pay attention to the message of what it's trying to teach me right now. Knight of Cups. Well, you know, I'm glad that I got cups of water, because I'm gonna jump in the pool after this. I'm hot. Knights of Cups. The main sea god of ancient Celtic, son of the oldest sea god, Manannan, is a shapeshifter whose magical protective armor made him invisible. He rode through the ocean waves. His vessel is powered by the energy of the sea itself. In this card, he rides his magical sea chariot over the foaming waves, his magical sea chariot over the foaming waves. The silvery salmon swimming symbolizes his ancient wisdom and knowledge. If this card relates to a person, he is kind, but an unreliable friend. If the card represents situations, a message of love, a proposal may come your way. Or you may be so deeply involved with someone that you don't see clearly. Use this card to reveal the truth about the love you have for someone. Well, I say that that's relevant because this center card is about me grounding myself again, realizing that I am not my responsibilities. I am not my expectations. I am not meant to put on this earth to please anybody. I'm meant here to live an experience, and I'm here to be generous. I'm here to be generous. If I give you time, if I give, whatever I want to give has to come from me being generous. If I feel like I have to do something, it's probably not right to do, because it's going to carry some kind of energy, some kind of karma from that resistance that's going to bite somebody later. It might not be me, it might be an attitude towards somebody else, but that's not necessary. So here, to me, this pairs up and tells me, let the love drip. Let the love drip. Let go of, don't get mad because people expect shit from you. People will. People are people. We think on accident. We don't even realize that no one understands us. We just have to, it's about how we present ourselves. Like, people always forget, like, the way that we describe ourselves and communicate, like, the way other people interpret us is based off of how we present ourselves, which is, another part of responsibility, but let the love drip. Be centered, don't get mad. There's unreliable people over here, but they're willing to make proposals because they love you. People make expectations because they love you and because they want you around and they want to do anything to keep you there. So be free and don't be like me. Like, don't let your temper push people away, because when people are like seem needy, it's because they love you and they see something in you that they don't see inside themselves, and you can have opportunity to really help somebody. So that's that. The morning reading for y'all today, and now I'm gonna break it down and do some yoga, but I'm gonna make that a separate video. So let me know in the comments if I should do more readings like this. I love you, and namaste.